and beyond were naught but human lice. And like lice, they need to be eradicated. We don't look elsewhere for blame. Some ridiculous notion of a grand conspiracy from governmental level. You can't honestly think that.
I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but a few well-placed and well-timed cameras to capture some of the particularly bad footage, to paint a picture that's far worse than it actually is. Would you say that? Of course, that serves their want in this world. Of course,
the vague, mysterious, all-powerful they.
Absolutely, they.
What is it? Is it the Illuminati this time? Is it the Majestic 13?
I have no idea.
Is it the Bilderberg?
I have no idea. I'm impressed you're coming up with these names, Richard. You've done your research again. Commend you again for that.
As always.
As always. But I've not asked you to answer your question. I have no idea as to the identity of these people. All I know is that we live in a corrupt society that is governed by the few. And these episodes only serve to highlight the fact that we're all being conditioned and monitored and ultimately controlled.
So when we see video footage of a young person lying on the street bleeding, being helped to his feet, and then the people behind him rob the contents of his rucksack, you're saying that they're behaving in that way because they've been controlled?
Isolated incidents, Richard. I'm not saying that it's all orchestrated, but I'm saying it's been exaggerated. When
we have a young girl of 14 happy to speak to the BBC News and, I quote, state, "I'll keep looting until I get caught. Nothing's going to happen to me when I get home."
Yeah?
She's been controlled. Or
no.
is she simply a despicable criminal?
Well, she's just a spillover from the overall motivation of the episodes. These people get caught up in something, they see an opportunity, and of course opportunism exists in everything. And so she's seen the opportunity she's seen some shop windows going in, she's nicked a few bits and pieces, and yeah, she's probably got some parents who've dragged her up all her life, and now she probably won't get in trouble. She's not aware of the bigger picture and what's exactly going on. She's just an incidental happening.
At every level of society, authority has been eroded.
Absolutely.
In schools, police, on the streets, in courts, all across the board, the people who are meant to exert authority have been defanged.
You're talking a lot of sense, Richard. I'm liking this.
You agree with this, do you, Nathaniel?
I completely agree with that.
I'm very surprised. We must reintroduce corporal punishment into schools, starting with the coming academic year, which is but 4 weeks away. Stop pussyfooting around. Stop worrying about parental response. You misbehave, you get caned. Simple, primal, cause and effect. Pavlov trained his dogs to salivate. We must train our children to behave appropriately.
I think that's a legitimate sentence, Richard. Train our children to behave properly. I think that's absolutely fine. But I would have a problem with the caning. I'm not saying we use objects and batons. I'm saying we do it with the force of words, with a severe tone. That can do an awful lot more than a few cracks with a whip or
just beat them. Beat them.
Absolutely not. You're being ludicrous, Richard. You don't beat people to get the best out of them. You help people. You love them. You teach them.
That's exactly the root cause of society's problems. Every step of the way, people have been so interested in finding out, why are they behaving like this? What can we do to help them? Let's talk to them. Let's nurture them. Let's counsel them. Let's mentor them. And look where it's got us.
Yeah, and
get back to basics. You misbehave, you get caned.
You're going to come from the old school of thought, aren't you, that says that it never
did
any harm.
It worked.
Did you get caned, Richard?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And look what you've turned into.
A right-minded...
cynic.
One man's cynic is another man's prophet.
Well,
I'd go even further.
I'm sure you would.
Let me tell you, a new test needs to be devised. Every single person as they enter secondary school. No, let me change that. As they enter puberty. So let's say, 14, 15 in boys. No. Let me get this right. 11 or 12 in girls, and then when you enter puberty, normally that's around the 18, 19 mark, right? If my own experience is anything to go by.
Oh, here we go. Go on. Sadly misguided there, Richard, but follow your point.
So, but, whatever the average age is, I'm an average kind of person. And, 19, I think I was. Strap them to a machine.
We heard you first time.
Ask them simple questions.
Like?
Give basic scenarios. And if their response is immoral or of criminal leanings, sterilise the bastards.
I'm wondering what the listeners are thinking at this point, Richard. I'm wondering how many people are actually agreeing with you, or how many people are actually laughing at you.
I think you would be astonished at the level of support I get for this section of the show.
I mean, of course, once again, your argument's absolutely laced with contradictions again, isn't it? With all your kind of banging on about the power of Jesus Christ in your life. Was it the wealth of Jesus' love in our hearts? And here you are wanting to strap people to machines and chastise them for having a different point of view.
Eye for an eye.
Forgiveness.
Tooth for a tooth.
Forgiveness, Richard. Forgiveness.
Eye for an eye. Tooth for a tooth.
You're a poor Christian, man. Get some of Jesus' love in your heart.
I pray on a daily basis. And increasingly, I'm finding myself praying for your soul, Nathaniel.
It's not bloody working, is it? Pray harder.
I cannot pray harder. You are beyond salvation. Your soul is moribund. You have a black heart, Nathaniel. I find it difficult even to this brief hour we do each week. I'm finding it increasingly difficult, and this is only week 2.
I've got myself an asbestos surfboard, ready for the afterlife, Richard.
You admit that you're going to hell.
Do I admit it? I accept your viewpoint. Because
you're going to hell, Nathaniel. You're going to burn.
Well, you're saying it, you're judging it, so it must be true. So all I can do is prepare myself for that eventuality.
I'm a Christian. I don't wish hell on anybody, apart from you.
I'll accept it with open arms, Richard. I'll be ready for it. Don't you worry.
And that's all from Passive Aggressive Film Reviews this week. It's been a wonderful show. I think you'll agree, Nathaniel.
I think it's been absolutely beautiful.
And we'll be back next week when we'll be discussing Rise of the Planet of the Apes, as well as delving back into the movie archives for an as yet undisclosed movie. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
See you all.